Today on Go Nitro, Corey teams up with a special guest to get out on the water and share one of his sports, a style of racing dating back 2,000 years. It's one thing to watch the pros, it's another thing to train with them. But there's just one catch. They've had half their lives, we have half an hour. Because every athlete has a first day. Here's the place. Here's the legend. But we've never done this before. Experience? Zilch. No clue how to start, less clue how to play. And neither do you when you start out. Because every athlete has a first day. And you've just been drafted. Dragonboat racing originated in ancient China, and the stunning boats and drumming at the helm will make any paddler feel like they're stepping back in time, especially at tournaments when the boats are adorned with dragon heads. The standard setup in a boat consists of 22 people, of which 20 are paddlers, one is drumming or coaching at the front, and another team member operates a large paddle at the back to steer. There is also an alternative setup for smaller boats, which consists of a 12-person team with 10 paddlers. While the sport is incredibly popular globally with teams traveling around the world for tournaments, Dragonboat racing has not yet made its way into the largest sporting event stage. In an effort to change that, there are many individuals working to have the sport approved as a Summer Olympic event. Our professors, the Prairie Dragons. Let's see how we do.
All right, so today we're cheating a little bit on Go Nitro. Normally, it's every athlete has a first day. Dragonboat, as the producer, I'm pulling a solid here. Dragonboat is my absolute favorite sport. I've been paddling for well over 8 years, and today we are paddling with my team, the Prairie Dragons, and we have a special guest host today, my good friend Rod Peterson of the Rod Peterson Show. And Rod is actually a runner. Some of you may know this and some of you may not. So he was telling me earlier that you were a little worried about how well you were going to do, but a runner, you're going to do really well.
I don't know, man. I'm a little worried that I'm not going to be able to finish, but
he'll be fine. You know what? I lost 3 seasons, so I'm just doing terribly, so it may as well be my first time. And here's the big boss, Rodney Francis, our leader. And so Rodney, tell us a little bit about what we're looking at today for Dragonboat for those that have no idea.
We're going to start practice. We've been building our endurance, our anaerobic and our aerobic portions of our fitness. So, and getting people into the techniques that we use in our boat, because there's a number of different techniques. But so today, though, we're getting closer to race day. So we're going to start with more race plan and starts and how we're going to run the races in different distances.
So for somebody that has absolutely no idea, how would you describe Dragonboat to them?
Well, it's a very physical sport. It's not like rowing. Rowing is more pulling and working backwards in the scull. whereas paddling would be more assimilated to kayaking, the way the body movement is, or the C1s or C2s that you see where they're up on their knee and they're going at it with the body rotation and that type of thing.
Dragonboat paddles look a lot like the paddles used for a canoe, but these are a lot lighter and they're built for speed. It is a common misconception that dragonboat racing relies heavily on upper body strength. The technique in which both feet are pushed forward and the paddle is pulled back is one that utilizes the core and the legs to pull the entire body through the water.
What a lot of people don't realize is that the instinct is to use your arms. I mean, your arms are certainly going to help you, and the type, and we'll go in, and Rodney will go into the types of, a lot of Dragonboat teams will use what is called an A-frame, which is really high up, whereas we use a sort of a hybrid.
You're turning into the boat, your paddle's above the water, and you're stabbing down, pulling back, and you're coming up, right? Right? So that's how the typical A-frame is. Now, more of the competitive boats in the national crew are doing still an A-frame, but they're still doing the feather up now. So they're not lifting as high. They're coming to the front with paws and stabbing, but they got a feather out. See how my paddle comes forward like that, as opposed to up like this with the typical A-frame. Right? And then for us, where our stroke came from is from marathon paddling, marathon canoes, where they have a slice in the front, right? And they have a quicker stroke, and it's a little bit shorter. So what we do now is we come in, we feather forward, you rotate your paddle, you're coming into the front, and you're actually slicing and stabbing it all at the same time. So you're not actually just stabbing and you're not just slicing, you're doing both at the same time. So the weight of the water is on the back of the paddle as you're going in, right? And then you come out at your knee, you start coming out and slicing forward, it's called a feather. So you're spending minimal time in the air. The lower you are in the water, obviously, the slower you're going to go. So the idea is to be able to get enough weight down to bring the boat up on top of the water and surf on top of the water as much as you can.
Okay, because it's shaped like an A.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So
that's
you're
one.
stabbing into the water, pulling, and you're coming out straight
Choo
up,
choo. Yeah.
coming out like this,
Yeah.
and then back in.
What are we going to be using?
We're going to be
We're
using
using the A?
No.
But we were using the D.
We're using the hybrid stroke.
The hybrid stroke.
Yeah. Yeah. Sort of a cross between Dragonboat stroke and a marathon stroke.
I feel like there's going to be a test.
Yeah.
It's called the race. Yeah.
And if you fail, you got to buy us.
Oh, yeah. What if I splash you by accident? What happens then?
I get wet.
Okay. What are the terms I'm going to hear out here tonight?
In the boat?
Yeah.
Okay, so
For-
in the boat, so there's calls for a start. You're going to lean forward, you're getting ready. And then they say, are you ready? Then you drop your paddle in and bury it in the water. And then you'll hear attention. When they say attention, you are not allowed to move your paddle. And then as soon as you hear the horn sound, you're good, right? So you start,
okay.
right? So if your a start is typically 15 to 20 strokes at the beginning of when you start the race. Check is stop the boat. So you're hitting the boat's going forward typically, and you're going to put your paddle in to stop the boat from.
So we're talking a lot about paddling, but where do our feet go in this?
Yes, well, your feet should both be forward, right? And then when you're paddling, you're actually using your legs and you're pivoting on the seat. So that's part of the stroke too. So you're reaching and then you're pushing with your legs. Reaching, pushing with your legs. Reaching. So your butt is actually pivoting on this.
I feel like it helps to have it against the boat.
Yes, it should be against the boat.
Yeah, okay.
And your weight should always be outside the boat. And some people paddle like this and then they go into the boat, right? look what I'm doing.
Rocking the boat. Don't rock the boat.
Right. So you're going to maintain your weight always outside the boat.
It's like a treadmill for boats right there. What we're on.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us a little bit about how long you've been paddling and you know what your background is.
Yeah, well, started in 2009 when I met my current wife here. She made me do it, so here I am doing it, and then got into it. We formed crews to end up going to Worlds. She was in Malaysia before me with another crew, but we formed a club to participate. We went to Italy.
It's a
went
great
to,
place to do.
Yeah, it's awesome
Yeah,
venue
yeah.
over there.
And the food.
Near Ravenna.
Yeah.
And we did Puerto Rico. It was the Pan Am Crew Club Championships. We went there and raced with 37 paddlers. They're small boats, because you'll see these boats out here. They're the standard boat, which is 20 paddlers, a stern and a drummer. And in Pan Am Games, it's the 10 boats where you have 10 paddlers.
To go on the right side or the left side, Rob?
I'll go on the right side.
So what you're gonna do, keep your
Mush.
There you go.
There you go. Listen to Rodney. Right. There we go. There we go.
Okay, welcome aboard everybody. Pedals, we'll just hold a second.
Okay. Rodney.
Okay, pedals up.
Okay.
Paddles up.
Paddles up. You're gonna be going over.
Take it away.
So keep your arms locked.
All right,
Try to synchronize.
excellent. So today is going to be a super fun practice. Our focus for today will be race, plan, paddling. So this will be our first time to go through a whole race. So right now we're doing a nice easy paddle to get our muscles warmed up. We're paying attention to the timing of the person in front of us, keeping in time with their paddle going in. Remember from last week, we want to focus on our technique this week, so we'll have both feet forward, and we're focusing on pedaling our feet so that we're swiveling in our seat as our core is rotating with each stroke.
You'll get more power.
So for this nice easy warm-up, we can focus on that technique
And
and that
if you're
swivel.
forward. You'll lose about 30% power with your legs in like that.
Oh,
I would at least get one.
I'm afraid to look up.
No, it's okay. When I first started, and a lot of people start, the inclination is to keep everything in, but you actually lose about 30% of your power because most of what you're doing is actually coming from your core and your legs.
sorry.
It's normal. It's normal.
That's twice.
So most of your pressure,
As long as you're going forward, of course,
Yeah.
it's easier to do if you're sliding. Yeah.
most of your pressure is going to be on one buttock rod. So what I'm doing, not doing it that well here. So you're actually
We're going to practice that start. We're going to start first with the first 5. So the first 5 of our start is going to be a little bit slower and a little bit longer, and the next 5 will get quicker. So we're going to start this time just with the first 5 of the start. I'm going to call those starting calls, and we will pick up the first 5 strokes. Okay, in the boat. Are you ready? Attention, go!
4, 5.
Okay, all up. This time I'm going to call the 5 strokes, and I think we're going to do them a little bit slower just for this practice. Okay, so so really at this one we're doing really strong, slow strokes.
First 5 still?
First 5 this time again. Okay, in the boat? Are you ready? Attention, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Better, that was better. Okay, check the boat. Okay, this time we're gonna do the entire start. So it will be 3 sets of 5. So the third set of 5 will be even faster than the second set of 5. In the boat? Are you ready? Attention, go! Up! Up! Excellent, good work. Okay, we're gonna do a little easy paddle. Paddles up. Take it away. We're just gonna pull it. So we're just gonna try a really quick drill to help us get that technique down in terms of the motion. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our outside hand on the gunnel of the boat.
Paddles in.
Yeah, bring your paddles in. And put our outside hand on the gunnel of the boat, and we're going to, in time with the strokes, do a bit of a twist so that our body gets used to that rotation. So the strokes need to go together, and we're gonna just reach along the gunnel so that our body feels what it's like to twist, and then back. So all together, there we go. So we've got some twist going.
You'll actually want to slap the boat like an arc. See how my arm's going out, how Charlie's arm is going out? Because it's basically just simulating like a D arc for the stroke.
So when we say stretch it out race pace, we want to focus on this motion. Really relieves pressure from our body and allows our lungs to open up. If we're hinging too much, our lungs get compressed and we can't breathe. And when we're racing, we really want to have the air coming into our lungs to keep us going. Are you ready? Attention, go! Up! Up! Stretch it out. Race pace. Use those legs, stretch that body. Give me your finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. 2, 3, 4, 5, up. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All up. Okay.
Beat their ass that time.
Okay, so we fell out of time a little bit on the finish, and it was a little bit longer, but that's something that might happen. And so as we're finishing and we're feeling that we're beginning to sort of fall apart, make sure that we're paying attention to timing and we're really pushing down on that blade. If you're having a hard time staying in time, you might need to shorten your stroke. But really it's about staying in time and sticking with it to the end. So good effort, good work.
Good job, everyone.
It's a sport that has as much mystery and myths surrounding it as any good piece of history should. Beginning in China at roughly the same time that over in Greece the Olympic Games were being developed, many scholars believe that they have narrowed down the birthplace of the water sport to Dongting Lake. The sport of dragonboat racing continued ever since it was used in festivals, rituals, and other celebrations related to water. Especially important was the celebrations to honor the Chinese dragon water deity known as the Dragon Prince prior to the rice planting season. Dragonboat racing traditionally takes place in China on the 5th day and the 5th Chinese lunar moon, which falls roughly between late May to June. For this reason, many national dragonboat festivals also choose June 21st to honor that custom. Only on GONITRO. The show doesn't end here. Visit us online for your fix at gonitro.tv. You can follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can tweet us on Twitter.
GONITRO Access is brought to you by Melville, Saskatchewan. It's bigger on the inside. Aviva Canada.
Salon services for GONITRO provided by ID Hair Studio. Hair for who you really are.
Don't fit in. Stand out with black chrome.